all of which you're going to discover in the adventure if you're lucky enough, or if you're searching diligently for news. Hello guys, my name is DM Calix and welcome to my channel where we talk about Dungeons and Dragons and everything else related to it. So in the previous video, I promised that we're going to do the unboxing of the Dungeons and Dragons Essentials Kit. So as it says on the cover, everything you need to create characters and play new adventures in this introduction to the world's greatest role-playing game. So basically, with this kit, you can create your character and you go on an adventure in the Forgotten Realms. So let's get right into it. So you have your dice. Let's open it. So instead of the standard 7-piece dice set, you have a total of 11 dice. You have your D4. You have 4 D6, which is pretty cool actually. You need this for rolling statistics with regards to character creation. You also have your D8, D10, and your D100 or your percentile dice, D12, and what's cool is you have 2 D20s for rolling with advantage or disadvantage. Now what I like about this dice is it has high contrast with regards to the numbers, so you can actually see it when you roll. You can actually see clearly the results of the roll. So next is the Dragon of Icespire Peak Adventure module. This is actually for the DM's eyes only. So this starter adventure module is going to take your character from level 1 to level 6. It has good quality print, glossy finish, and colored pages. It really helps you to get the imagination flowing, to visualize scenes and the creatures you will encounter in this adventure. As always, it's well organized and easy to reference. If you need details for quest locations, they're arranged alphabetically. So if you need to pull information about a certain location, that's quite easy to do with this adventure module right here. It's got colored maps for every location. Additionally, you have supplements at the back like creature information, monster descriptions, and stat blocks. And some NPCs too. However, do note that the supplements here have no approved therapeutic claims. Finally, you have the map key at the back. So you have a card box to store the cards included in this kit. It's actually a good way to keep the little things organized in here. So you have various cards that can aid you in playing the game. This includes initiative cards for tracking combat, and we also have condition cards. So this can be used both to track your character's conditions and also as a reference of what that condition entails. For example, if your character is, say, poison, so the DM will give you this card. So at the back you can see that being poisoned means you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. So this is very helpful for both DM and players because sometimes we forget that characters have certain conditions. So we also have here the combat steps reference cards, which is a guide for players to how to do combat step by step. We also have the Sidekick card, Sidekick Cards. Sidekick Cards. So the concept of a sidekick is actually first introduced by Wizards of the Coast in this kit. You can use sidekicks for 3 main reasons. First, you have a party of less than 3 players, so you need a sidekick. Or maybe your party does not have an important member, such as a healer. So we have healers here. Sometimes your party has some difficulty with regards to the encounters, then you can add sidekicks. So a sidekick can be run by the DM or the players. Preferably the players because the DM has, they're already keeping track of a lot of things in game. So, but personally, for me, I haven't used sidekicks yet in any of my games because I usually play with 3 to 5 players and sometimes even 6. So maybe I'll include them in one of our later sessions, and I'll let you know how it turns out. So if you are running the game for players, you have just one DM, one dungeon master, and one PC, no, or player character. If that's the case, then a sidekick is a must. Additionally, you can use these sidekick cards if you ever need to generate NPCs on the fly. For example, a PC would say, Barthen, is there any healer in town? Then you can just say, yes, there's this last Donabella Fiasco. Is actually a healer, and it's hard to miss her. She usually wears a unicorn mask. If you see her, then she's definitely a healer. Okay, so you can then use it, no? If you want. If you need NPCs on the fly, this is going to be handy for dungeon masters. And of course, we also have magic item cards, all of which you're going to discover in the adventure if you're lucky enough, or if you're searching diligently for loots. So what I like about this is it has the details, informations with regards to the magic items, but it would have been really cool if you have illustrations here for magic items. It's very nice to visualize magic items, especially when your players are really into the game, just like this one, this artwork. But I guess that's just stretching it a bit far. But we also have our quest cards. In the Dragon of Icespire Peak adventure, it actually introduced a quest board where you can just post quests on the board and players can just choose quests available here. That's really neat, and it really simplifies our work as dungeon masters. Because sometimes, what if you have elaborately described the quest, the adventure hook, and yet the players would go the opposite direction? Or worse, what if the players kill the quest giving NPCs? But what this quest guide does is you just put it on the board and they can choose from the quest, and then they go off on an adventure. So really good, handy stuff. Next up is we have our map, our double-sided poster map, which is we have the regional map. This side here, this side here, it shows the Sword Coast map. So this is the area of Faerun, which is called Sword Coast, and which is what you will need for the adventure in the Essentials Kit, the Dragon of Icespire Peak adventure. You have the town of Phandalin here, the Icespire Peak. You have a lot of adventures within the vicinity of this map. This is a good regional map. And on the back side is you have your home base town, which is Phandalin, where you're going to have to stay a lot. Okay, so you're going to make this town your home for the rest of the adventure in Dragon of Icespire Peak. So that's good reference for players. Next up is we have our Dungeons and Dragons Essentials Kit Rulebook. So inside is a guide on character creation. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. Some of the overview. Then a guide on creating a character. That's in the first chapter. You also have guide on gameplay, equipment, the rules for equipment, and of course for spell casting. So you also get the stat blocks for the three types of sidekick: the spellcaster, the expert, and the warrior. At the back, the description of specific things that happen when inflicted with certain conditions in game. Okay? So, and we have a dungeon master screen or a DM screen. So it has really amazing artwork. This is great for new dungeon masters. You have your DM screen where you can hide behind the DM screen. You can make dice rolls, and then the players doesn't have to know what you rolled. It's a really amazing artwork from the party traveling human cleric, a halfling rogue, in the dwarf fighter, an elf bard, and then a human wizard with her cat familiar. Okay, so they're about to be, what do we have here? They're about to be ambushed. Orcs are lying here waiting for an ambush. So to a couple of orcs, as they approach the Icespire Peak, where the dragon Cryovane is stands ready. All right. So it's really amazing artworks in this up front. And then at the flip side, you have certain tables and informations that you frequently need when you are in game. Tables and some of the information. This DM screen, it's not as sturdy. It's just made of cardboard, but it's already good for new dungeon masters. It's good enough. Okay, and if you want to really dig deeper and delve into the game, there's actually a separate DM screen that's sturdier. You have 6 blank character sheets. You can create your characters using the rules in the rule book, and you can record it in this character sheet. So because there are no pre-generated characters, you're going to have to spend your first session on character creation. So on one hand, character creation can be daunting and time consuming, especially for new players. But on the other hand, creating backstories can be fun, and it gets some of the players invested in their characters. So if you're just using the rule book from this kit, then you can only choose between 4 races. You have the human race, elf, the dwarf, and halflings. If you're choosing a class, you only have 5 options. You have the bard, the cleric, the fighter, the rogue, and the wizard. You can actually photocopy this one because you're going to write and erase a lot as the adventure moves forward. What's good is it's actually a very sturdy kind of paper, so it's not easily going to be crumpled. So, but I suggest you photocopy this as you continue to move forward in your adventures. And of course, we also have the sheet containing codes for Dungeons and Dragons Beyond or D&D Beyond. So you have 50% code for the digital version of the player's handbook and product key for the digital version of the Dragon of Icespire Peak Adventure that's included in this manual. You also have other supplementary content. So all in all, this is a good way to get yourself started in playing Dungeons and Dragons. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the D&D Essentials Kit. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you like this video, leave us a thumbs up. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye!